Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel Vidhya Biology Tutorials. Today we are going to learn the worksheet regarding the structure of the chloroplast, what are the events that occur in the chloroplast, transfer section of the leaf. Those all we are going to learn in this video. And before going to the video, please do subscribe to my channel Vidhya Biology Tutorials. Yeah, if you don't want to skip any of the bit from this worksheet, you need to watch the worksheet till the end of the video. Okay, now let's go to the topic. Here, first blank is the green color pigment in plants is nothing but it is chlorophyll. This bit we are reading from our previous classes itself. So the answer is chlorophyll. Next, going to the second bit. We obtained chlorophyll and named it. Who are we? Here, they are asking the question. They are asking the question to write about the scientist who has discovered the chlorophyll pigment. Here, there are two scientists who have discovered the chlorophyll pigment. One is Pelletier and the other one is Caventou. Pelletier and Caventou are the two scientists who obtained the chlorophyll and named it as chlorophyll. So the answer is Pelletier and Caventou. The third one is chlorophyll is present in dash of the plant cell. Where is a chlorophyll present? Chlorophyll, it is a pigment. But where is this pigment present? Means it is the present in the chloroplast of the plant cell. We know that the plant cells are having the plastids, and in that plastids there are three different types of the plastids. One is chloroplast, the other one is chromoplast, and the third one is a leucoplast. So here chloroplast is the answer for the third bit. Next, going to the fourth bit. Chlorophyll means magnesium. Here the important material which is present in the chlorophyll is magnesium, which is the important molecule. Like that, in the hemoglobin what is present, they are asking. So magnesium plays a very important role in the transportation, while in the hemoglobin iron plays a very important role in binding with the oxygen. So like that, the answer will be iron for the hemoglobin. Means the hemoglobin consists of the hemoglobin molecule consists of the iron molecule. Next, going to the fifth bit. Chlorophyll is observed in chloroplast. Chloroplast is a dash structured plastid. So chloroplast is a membranous structure plastid. Chloroplast is a membranous structure plastid. The next question is, what is the function of the grana? The function of the grana, here, if you know the structure of the chloroplast, then automatically you can know the parts of the chloroplast. And if you want to know more about the chloroplast, already I have done a video regarding this topic. You can go and watch the video to know the structure of the chloroplast. Here, grana is one of the most important part of the chloroplast. They are asking what is the function of the grana. The function of the grana is it acts like a site for trapping of solar energy. So in the chloroplast we are having grana, and the function of the grana is to act as a site for trapping the solar energy. We know that chlorophyll is helpful in trapping the solar energy and converting it into chemical energy. But here the grana, which is more important, that helps in the trapping of the solar energy. Next, going to the seventh question. Name the events taking place in a chloroplast during photosynthesis. So what are the events that are taking place in the chloroplast? Let us see one by one. The first one is conversion of the light energy to chemical energy. Already I said that the chloroplast contains a pigment called as chlorophyll that helps in the absorption of the solar energy or trapping of the solar energy. Here, after trapping of the solar energy, into which energy it will be converted? Means it will be converted to the chemical energy. So the first point is conversion of the light energy to chemical energy. The second point is splitting of the water molecule. In the previous video, we have learned about the photolysis of water. Already I said, what is photolysis? Photolysis is nothing but the breakage of the water molecule or the splitting of the water molecule into H plus and OH minus ions is called as photolysis of water. And that photolysis of water was observed by Robert Hill. So the second event that takes place in the chloroplast is photolysis of water, nothing but splitting of the water molecule. Next, going to the third one, reduction of the carbon dioxide to carbohydrate. Here if you observe, the first two events will be taking place in the light reaction, while the third event takes place in the dark reaction. So in the dark reaction, what happens? There will be reduction of the carbon dioxide to produce a carbohydrate molecule. Okay, so these are the three events that takes place in the chloroplast during the process of the photosynthesis. Let's go to the next question. What questions will you ask your teacher about the photosynthesis? This is a general question. Any question you can ask which is related to the photosynthesis topic. So you need not write the same questions what I have written. You can write to your own also, but that should be related to the photosynthesis topic. Okay, and now if you see the first point, first question, what is photosynthesis? So this is the question you can ask. What is, first of all, what is photosynthesis, madam? You can ask in that way. The second question is, what are the factors of the photosynthesis? Means we know that some of the factors are very important for the photosynthesis to occur. So what are the factors of photosynthesis? You can ask the question. Next, going to the next one. Yeah, this is the next one. What are the end products of the photosynthesis? After the completion of the photosynthesis reaction, what end products will be formed? That is the third question. Next, fourth question. What happens if photosynthesis do not occur? So if the photosynthesis do not occur, what happens? Regarding to this, already we have written some points. What will happen if photosynthesis do not occur? In the previous worksheet we have written. Next, which is the major site for photosynthesis? So where do photosynthesis occur? Like that also you may ask. So these are the different questions you can ask to your teacher. Next, and this comes under the this academic standard, asking questions. Next, going to the ninth question. Explain the structure of the chloroplast with the help of the diagram. So for this I'll show you a answer. I'll show you the answer. So this is the structure of the chloroplast. You can see it in the picture. So first, before knowing the structure of the chloroplast, you have to know who has discovered the chloroplast also. Here, if you see in the line, Daniel I. Arnon. Daniel I. Arnon was the scientist who have observed the chloroplast by breaking it gently. So he was able to observe the chloroplast. If you read the sentence, Daniel I. Arnon was able to break up the plant cells so gently that whole chloroplast could be obtained that could carry through photosynthesis. Okay, now if you see the structure of the chloroplast, if you read out, it has been found that chloroplast is a membranous structure. Membranous structure in the sense, here if you see, the chloroplast is having, here if you see, the chloroplast is having a double membrane, like there's two layers are present. That is called as a membranous structure consisting of three membranes. Three membranes in the sense, there will be outer membrane and inner membrane, and along this will be the outer membrane and this will be the inner membrane. Along with that, one more membrane is there, that is the third layer forms the stacked sac-like structures called as granum. Even they are saying that granum also acts as the membrane. So these are the stacks of thylakoids, that is called as the granum. Even it acts as one of the membrane. So here the chloroplast is having three membranous structure. Okay, next, what is the function of the granum? Already we have learnt in the previous question. The function of the granum is to trap the solar energy. What is the function of the granum? It is helpful to trap the solar energy. Next, so you can read out in the sentence, it is believed to be the site for trapping of the solar energy. Next, here you can see stroma is present. This stroma is nothing but it is helpful in the enzymatic reactions that are taking place. The stroma is helpful in the enzymatic reactions. So you can read out in the sentence, it is believed to be, you can read out in the sentence, it is believed to be responsible for the enzymatic reactions leading to the synthesis of glucose, in which it turn joins to form them starch. So here the stroma is helpful in undergoing some enzymatic reactions during the process of the photosynthesis. So if you observe, the stacks of the thylakoid is called as granum, which is important for the trapping of the solar energy, while stroma means you can say that granum participates in the light reaction while stroma participates in the dark reaction. So here in the dark reaction, enzymatic reactions will be taking place. Next, if you go to the next point, substances found in the chloroplast which capture the sunlight are called as photosynthesis. We know that chloroplast is having the capacity of capturing the sunlight because it is having a pigment called as chlorophyll. Due to the presence of the chlorophyll only, it is able to capture the sunlight. So here the substances found in the chloroplast which can capture the sunlight are called as photosynthetic pigments. What are that pigments called as? Photosynthetic pigments. So you can call chlorophyll as the photosynthetic pigments. There are several types of the photosynthetic pigments involved in the process to produce organic molecules like glucose in plants. So these all photosynthetic pigments together, they are involved in the formation of the organic molecule, that is the glucose. Now if you learn about the photosynthetic pigment in detail, chlorophyll is such a pigment which contains one atom of magnesium. So in the previous question also we have got one atom of magnesium is present for the chlorophyll. That is very much helpful for the transportation. It is similar in structure to heme of the hemoglobin. If you observe the hemoglobin molecule, in the hemoglobin molecule you will have one atom of the iron, which is a red color pigment. Iron containing the red pigment. What is that red pigment that is present in the hemoglobin itself? Nothing but it is the hemoglobin itself is a red pigment that will helpful in the transfer of the oxygen in the blood. Next, two major kinds of chlorophyll are associated with the thylakoid membranes. First of all, what is thylakoid? Thylakoid is nothing but the stalks of the thylakoid will form the grana. So you can see in the picture here, thylakoids are observed one upon the other. The thylakoids are seen. So this thylakoids here, two major kinds of the chlorophylls are associated with the thylakoid membranes, chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. Regarding this chlorophyll A and B, already we have learned chlorophyll A is blue green in color and chlorophyll B is yellow green in color. Next, around 250 to 400 pigment molecules are grouped as light harvesting complex. So here all the chlorophyll pigments, pigment means nothing but the coloring agent is called as the pigment. So around 250 to 400 pigment molecules are grouped as the light harvesting complex, means they will be forming as one light harvesting complex. In each granum, means each granum consists of one light harvesting complex. In that light harvesting complex, what is present? 250 to 400 pigment molecules are present. Means each granum is having photosynthetic. In each granum there is one light harvesting complex, and in each light harvesting complex again 250 to 400 pigment molecules are present. Next, such innumerable units function together in chloroplast of green plants in the process of photosynthesis. So all these light harvesting complexes together, they will trap the sunlight and help in converting them into the chemical energy. After converting them into the chemical energy, there will be photolysis of water occurring, and after the photolysis of water occurring, there will be reduction of the carbon dioxide into the carbohydrate molecule. So finally glucose will be formed, and excess glucose will be stored in the form of starch in the plants. So this is the complete structure of the chloroplast. If you want, you can draw the diagram. So compulsory you have to learn the parts of the chloroplast. You can see the membranous structure, you can see the stroma where the enzymatic reactions takes place. Not only that, the stroma participates in the dark reaction, and granum, nothing but the stalks of the thylakoids is called as granum, and the granum participates in the light reaction of the photosynthesis. And you can see here the stalks of the thylakoids, and you can see the starch grains also here, means some of the starch grains also will be present in the chloroplast. And you can see the DNA molecule, you can see the lipid globules, nothing but the fat molecules can also be observed in the chloroplast. So this is the structure of the chloroplast in detail. Now let's go to the next question. Yeah, just hold on, we'll move on to the next question. Yeah, so already 9th question was completed. Explain the structure of the chloroplast with the help of the diagram. Already this question is completed. Now let's go to the last question, that is draw a neat labeled diagram of TS of leaf, nothing but transverse section of the leaf. So we'll see the diagram. So this is the diagram for the transverse section of the leaf. If you observe the diagram clearly, you can see the upper layer, that is the cuticle. Below the cuticle you are having the upper epidermis. First of all, if you want to know clearly about the transverse section of the leaf, if you observe the diagram carefully, two epidermis are present. One is upper epidermis, and down also you can see one epidermis, that is the lower epidermis. One is the upper epidermis and down one is the lower, this is the lower epidermis. And if you observe here, you can see the upper epidermis. Here you can see the upper epidermis. So first of all, the leaf is having two epidermis, that is upper epidermis and the lower epidermis. On the upper epidermis you can see a structure called as cuticle. Nothing but the waxy coating that is present on every leaf is called as a cuticle, which helps to prevent the loss of water. What is the function of the cuticle? Means it helps to prevent the loss of water. Next, below the upper epidermis, we are having two types of the parenchyma. How many types of the parenchyma are present? Two types. One is the palisade parenchyma. The other one is the palisade parenchyma, and the other one is the spongy parenchyma. Here in the leaf we are having two types of the parenchyma. The first one is the palisade parenchyma, the second one is the spongy parenchyma. The palisade parenchyma are helpful in the photosynthesis, means as they are having some amount of the chlorophyll in them, they play an important role in the process of the photosynthesis. While the spongy parenchyma, here the name itself is saying that the spongy parenchyma do not participate in the photosynthesis, but they are helpful for the exchange of the gases, means not in the sense exchange of the gases, means they are filled with the air spaces. The spongy parenchyma are filled with the air spaces. And here you are having in the middle, you are having the vascular tissue, that is the xylem is present, and below the xylem you can observe the phloem. What are the xylem and phloem? Means xylem and phloem are the vascular tissues. So vascular tissues, regarding this vascular tissues I have done the video. If you want to know about the vascular tissues in detail, you can go and watch the video. So here xylem and phloem are the vascular tissues that are present in the leaf. What is the function of the xylem? Means the function of the xylem is to help the plant in the transport of the water. It helps the plant to transport, means it helps, generally what is the part of the plant that absorbs the water? Roots, which is most important, that will absorb the water from the soil. Only the roots are having the capability of absorbing the water from the soil, but that water should be transported throughout the plant. Who will transport that water throughout the plant? Means the xylem will transport the water throughout the plant. Means here xylem is important for the transportation of the water to all the parts of the plant body. Next, going to the second one, phloem. What is the function of the phloem? Phloem is nothing but it helps in the synthesis of the food materials. We know that leaf is called as the kitchen of the plant. So whatever food materials that were synthesized by the leaf will be sent to all the parts of the body. And here you have to know a main difference, that is xylem direction is unidirectional, means only from down to upward movement only you can observe in the xylem. But phloem movement is bidirectional, from down to up you can observe and up to down also you can observe. So xylem movement is unidirectional and phloem movement is bidirectional. And here you can see in the picture, in the lower epidermis you can see that here you can see the stomata are present. What are these called as? Stomata, nothing but which contains the guard cell. So here if you observe the structure of the stomata is having the kidney shaped cells called as the guard cells, which are helpful for the process of the transpiration. Transpiration means nothing but loss of excess water from the surface of the leaf into the environment in the form of vapor is called as transpiration. What is transpiration? Loss of excess water from the plant body into the environment in the form of water vapor is called as transpiration. So the transpiration is one of the main function of the stomata, and along with that transpiration, gaseous exchange also occurs with the help of stomata only. The one more function of the stomata is it helps in the gaseous exchange, means there will be entry of the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere into the stomata, there will be exit of the oxygen from the leaf into the atmosphere, which is evolved in the process of the photosynthesis. So exchange of gases and transpiration are the two main functions of the stomata. So this is the complete transverse section of the leaf, and you can draw the diagram by observing this picture. If you are having, I think we have completed all the worksheet questions, and if you are having any doubts, you can ask me, you can comment me, I'll answer to your questions. If you like the video, please do subscribe to my channel, and thank you.